story. We've got a couple of scenes that we've got planned out, somewhere between 4 and 5 scenes. We've got a character and a problem, and you've already started working through scene one. As you get to the end of scene one, we need to be able to think about how we're going to make time elapse. How is time going to go by and transition us from one scene to the next? I want to demonstrate that today using my example and give you some ideas and thoughts about how you can do that. So let's take a look here. In scene one here, I have a character. He's out on the soccer field. He's This is at a recess time, and it's going to transition into a second scene where he's in the classroom. Here, the transition is relatively short, but I need to get him from one place to the other, and I don't really want to make myself or want to have people focus in on all of the teeny tiny things that happen, like when I'm walking and what I'm doing when I'm walking and who I'm talking to and the exact amount of time. I want to be um, a little bit less specific in this. So I'll use things like a few minutes, or I might say after a while. Those types of transitions are really helpful because when you start to add in specific time amounts, that can be really challenging for people. Okay, and it's not necessary. So here at the very end, he scored a goal. He talked to he. I've introduced another character, and then the bells rang, ding, ding, ding. So I need to transition him, getting him from the recess field inside here in this case, and you can put scene two if you'd like to, but really the transition is the beginning of scene two. We'll get rid of those a little bit later so that they're all together as just one full piece of writing without the scenes. But here I might say, because it's a short transition, um, the kids walked back to the classroom. They um, they straggled in after a few minutes and took their seat. And here I can then start to jump into scene two. If it were something where maybe it was the end of the day, I might have tried something a little bit different. Um, so here I might say he went and got his stuff, or I might say the character name. Tom went and grabbed backpack to go home. Uh, he hopped on the bus and sat down for the ride home. After the bus was nearly half full, um, it was Tom's spot, or Tom's bus stop. Time to go home, or time to get off. Here, I've taken care of. I mean, we all know that when you get onto a bus, it might be that it takes you a few minutes. You got to wait in line and things like that. I don't necessarily need to add that here. I've decided then also to skip what he's doing on the bus. Not really all that important to my story, but I do need to have him sit down. Need to kind of give a little bit of description. Oh, it's half full. So if it's half full, he's on there for a little bit. He's not just on there for a minute or two. It's taking him a little while. I don't necessarily have to say, well, it took him 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. It could be if it were a little bit longer. If this were after a game, and maybe, for example, he was going to be going home, I could say something like, um, Tom and his family gathered their things. They hopped into the car for the car ride. Um, Later that night, right? I need to skip to where the next thing is. Again, I've skipped over dinner, I've skipped over maybe what he did at home or what he was playing. I've skipped the next main part. So I really want you to be thinking about what is it that is going to be the most important part that comes next and really have that time elapse and then jump back into your scene. Okay. Give that a shot as we're working today.